In today's video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know about robotics in 7 Days to Die. I'll be covering how to get robotic turrets, how to place them, how to prepare them for combat. I'll also be showing you how to maximise the effectiveness of the turrets, so stay tuned for that. So, there are currently 2 weapons in the game which are considered robotic weapons, the robotic sledge and the robotic turret. In Alpha 20 we will also be getting a robotic drone, but I'll make a video on that once it actually comes out. But for the most part, everything I say in today's video will apply to all 3 of these robotic weapons. So how do you actually get them? Well, as with most things in 7 Days to Die, there are 3 ways to get them. You can loot, craft, or buy them. The sledge turret will start to appear when your loot game stage reaches 12. If you don't know what loot game stage is, click the card on the top right. But the quick answer is that it is very similar to your regular game stage, which you can check from the scoreboard. Just remember that looting bonuses may make your loot game stage higher than your normal game stage, so it's not always the best indicator. The robotic turret will start to appear in loot when your game stage reaches 50. You can loot them from anywhere you would normally find weapons, so weapon bags, shotgun messiah crates, and end of dungeon loot crates. To craft the turrets instead, you'll need to find the schematics for them. You can loot these from places you would normally find books, so bookshelves and filing cabinets are 2 great examples. From there you can craft them at a workbench. The main ingredient needed to craft them is robotic parts, which are looted from the same places as weapons. You cannot craft robotic parts. The robotic sledge needs forged iron and the robotic turret needs forged steel. Both also need scrap polymers, duct tape and springs. If you're wondering why I'm not telling you the exact quantities of these components, it's because the cost to craft them varies by the quality of the item. And finally, you can of course buy them from traders. The price will vary depending on quality. So now you actually have your hands on them, how do you use them? Let's cover what the turrets have in common first. First of all, you can actually use both turrets as handheld weapons in a pinch, but they're not the most efficient weapons for that task. Second of all, if you want to place the turret, you want to select it in your hotbar and press the right mouse button. This will bring up a ghost of the turret. If it's green, you can place it. If it's red, you can't. Fairly simple. Once you've found a suitable location, press the right mouse button again and it will deploy. You want to pick it back up, hover over it and press E. By default, one player can only have 1 active robot at a time. This can be improved with the Robotics Inventor perk. If you place 2 down, the one closest will be active. Both the sledge turret and the robotic turret will take small amount of durability damage every time they fire, but on higher level versions this will be minimal. To repair either of the robotic turrets when they are damaged, simply select them in your inventory and press repair using a repair kit. You can damage the turrets yourself, but zombies generally won't target them on purpose. And when the turret loses all its health, it simply deactivates rather than breaking like a block, so it won't be lost. Also by default, if you're more than 10 meters away, which is 10 blocks, then the turret will be deactivated. Again, this can be improved with the Robotics Inventor skill in the intellect tree. More on that later. Now let's cover the differences. The sledge turret is a melee turret. The zombie walks up, the turret locks on, the zombie takes some damage, is staggered, and is sometimes knocked over. Very simple. The robotic turret is slightly more complicated. Before you place down the turret, you need to load it with ammo. You can do this by pressing R, or if you want to use alternative ammo types, hold R and select the one you want to use, just like with any other weapon in the game. The 3 ammo types you can use are the default robotic turret ammo, armor piercing robotic ammo, and robotic shotgun shells. Armor piercing ammo will reduce the target's armor by 20%, and it will also allow bullets to pass through 1 block or 1 zombie and hit another. Shotgun shells switch the robotic turret into a shotgun variant. The robotic turret does have a magazine size, so you will need to keep picking it up to reload it. The magazine size will vary depending on quality. Also, the robotic turret is not as good at targeting up or down as the power turrets like the SMG or the shotgun turret, so it's best to keep them level with your enemies. And just like that, we're halfway through the video. I do apologise if this video seems a bit fast, but I don't want to waste your time. And other videos on this particular topic can be quite long, so I'm trying to speed this along. So how do you make these turrets worth using? Because in their standard state, they're fairly mediocre. The first thing you can of course do is modify the turrets. Now I'm not going to sit here and tell you every mod that either turret can have and all the permutations of it, what they do, because we all have lives to get back to. So I'm just going to tell you what is most likely the best combination for both in my experience. I'd recommend the weighted head, the burning shaft, the structural brace and the rad remover for the robotic sledge, and I'd recommend the full auto trigger group, the long barrel, the drum magazine and the cripplum mod, or the rad remover for the robotic turret. Almost all combinations of mods these turrets can have are fairly bad anyway, but if you do happen to know a really good alternative, let us know down in the comments. The next thing you can do to increase the effectiveness of turrets is skills. To avoid making this video 7 years long, I'll just tell you every effect you will have by the final rank of Robotics Inventor, rather than going level by level. At rank 5, you will be able to have 2 turrets active at once. The turrets will remain active up to 18 meters away, that's 80% further. You can reload the turrets 20% faster and they will be able to hold 50 extra rounds. You'll be able to craft level 5 turrets. The turrets will fire 120% faster, this does include the melee turret, and do 40% more damage. And finally, you'll be able to craft the sledge turrets without needing the schematic, but you will still need a schematic to craft the ranged robotic turret. Also, you will get an extra 100% headshot damage and an extra 50% dismemberment chance with robotic weapons as a result of having 10 intellect, which is required to unlock all 5 ranks of Robotics Inventor. The last thing you can do to improve the turrets is find all 7 of the Tech Junkie perk books. With all 7 books, ignoring the bonuses you get for the stun baton because who cares about the stun baton, you will have 10% more robotic turret damage. Robotic turrets will degrade 20% slower, they will fire 10% faster, you'll have the ability to craft armor-piercing turret ammo and turret shotgun shells, as well as the ability to craft all robotic turret ammo types including the armor-piercing and shotgun shells in bulk, which means they'll be 20% cheaper. Now if you want to know how to effectively implement these turrets into a Horde based design, I'd recommend just looking into some of the base designs other creators on YouTube have, as I don't want to just steal someone else's design and put it in here and claim it as my own, and I don't really feel like I have anything to add to that particular conversation. Horde bases really aren't my speciality. However, I will say the AFK Sledge turret based designs are very in fashion in Alpha 19, so definitely look into some of those. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe for more 7 days to die tutorials and guides. And if I missed something or if you have a question, leave it down in the comments below. Hopefully today's video wasn't too long, but with that guys, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.